From above, the Dakar terrain can look flat, but with so many bumps, dunes, mountains and valleys, it's as up and down as a Ferris wheel. And today, it was Beulah's day off.
For me, yeah, I crashed in the stones at the beginning and the road book was completely bent and it was impossible to navigate like this.
Sebastian wasn't the only competitor to experience the roller coaster of desert racing today. We saw plenty of big names come off or over, down or stuck.
Then was just surviving till the end. It was not the best first stage.
After Friday's prologue, the riders all gathered, and while it sounds like they're playing a leisurely evening game of bingo, in fact the leaders were choosing start positions for today. Eyes down for a full house. Guys, when in February is Valentine's Day?
14.
Number 14.
14, please.
Number 14 as well.
14. I choose 15.
15, okay.
Number 17.
Number 17.
I don't really know how this works, so I just want to go first. I'm sure they're all going to want to go ahead of me, right?
So Mason Klein right here, number 1 position.
So Mason Klein was to lead out at 7:45 a.m. and the riders warmed up.
Bailando un poquito.
Dancing a little, Pablito, but there's a tough day in the saddle.
I think it's going to be a hard day for the first stage. A lot of rocky section, but yeah, keep focused for today.
Getting the real Dakar business underway then, with 414 tough kilometers from al-attiyah to al-attiyah, snaking around volcanoes and mineral deposits. We're expecting drama. Klein's Covey made the first tracks.
The idea of opening the first stage at Dakar is really cool, so yeah, in the end, no regrets because now I can say I've done it.
Something ticked off the bucket list for the youngster then as he rode his way through the lumps and into third on the day. But we had some big early casualties in the bikes. Hero Motorsport's Joaquim Rodriguez, who won stage 3 last year, crashed 82k into the special. He was airlifted to hospital. And winner of the prologue and overnight leader Tosha Sharena hit the deck at kilometre 240, hurt his arm badly enough that he withdrew from the rally.
I don't know, I think I hit something with the rear wheel and I crashed it slow, but I broke my wrist. Yeah.
Honda lose Tosh, but they still have the Tash.
Tasha's out. And J-Rod. Man. Yeah, I knew it. These guys were really juicing it today. These guys were going really, really, really fast.
Not just them, Skylar, but Michael Doherty, who was leading the day in Rally 2, was also airlifted to Medina. Ross Branch always has a smile on his face, and more than ever today, he came in quickest.
Nice and long day, really challenging. Starting further back, the navigation was tough, but I enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Whilst leading the special, Ross stopped to help Sharena, and afterwards the time he spent with his rival was credited back to him. I love how this sport encourages good sportsmanship. And just behind Ross came Ricky.
Today it was survival for sure. A lot of stones. The bike didn't touch the ground, so I think the mechanic's going to be happy.
The bike didn't touch the ground. Confirmation that Brabek is flying at this, a 9th Dakar for the overall winner in 2020. Branch's win puts him on top in the overall, with Ricky and Mason just behind. In the quads, the big story, the top 2 overall in both 2022 and 23, Alexandre Giroux and Francisco Moreno, both lost more than half an hour. Marcelo Medeiros took a 9th Dakar stage win.
It's really stressful for everyone. Stage 2 last year was catastrophic for a lot of drivers with all the punctures.
And so it proved again on day 2 this year.
Last year I went so slowly over the stones that I lost 15 minutes and then punctured anyway. It looks like the same terrain, so it'll be about managing tyres rather than full attack.
Gestion des pneus plutôt que full attack.
Me and Sab, you know, I think we are the stronger team in Dakar. It's very important to finish the first week of Dakar.
The guys in front of Stefan aren't used to opening. We can't just blindly follow the tracks because we could run into trouble.
How are you going to manage with it?
Can you help us? Because you fly with the helicopter, you can move all the stone, huh?
Nasser al-Attiyah, the Qatari king. A fair few flats and that sinking feeling. Seb Loeb, the pretender to the throne. Plenty of punctures and wheel switching. Even Mr. Dakar himself, Stefan Peter Hansel. Holy tyres, they all struggled today.
I don't know. I think I don't have the right way to drive such a heavy car through the stones.
I am really happy to finish today because it was very tricky.
It's hell. It's undrivable. I don't know what speed we went at. We drove on the big stones and we just hoped not to puncture. But it's okay. We're here and that's what matters.
It was worse still for Guy Bottrell. His Toyota really bashed up when it crossed the line. The South African had been in the top 3, but came in 7th. So who did make the day's podium? Well, whoever avoided the ruptured wheels, it seems. The experienced Geniel de Villiers is completing his 21st Dakar. He won in 2009, has never abandoned and never finished outside the top 10. 3rd today. Also with a fair amount of Dakar know-how, triple champion Carlos Sainz. Muy bien, sí señor. Sainz 2nd. But who would have expected this? Guillaume de Mévius is attempting the Dakar in a car for the first time, having been a T3 driver until he got the call from Toyota. Winning his first special in the T1 Plus is some way to start his campaign.
It was a nice start. I'm pretty surprised, to be honest. We drove smartly and calmly, we didn't puncture, and that was the key today. But I'm surprised to be so well placed.
It is de Mévius then who leads overall, with Sainz and de Villiers just behind. But that is not a familiar look to our overall classification. In the Challengers, yesterday's winner Eric Gokchao was looking strong until he suffered a puncture, but he and co-driver Oriol managed to limit their losses, and with a big surge in the final 6 waypoints, back-to-back stage wins for the boy wonder. Unsurprisingly, Eric then tops the charts overall in the T3s, and it's his dad and his uncle in 2nd and 3rd. In T4s, a win for rookie Brazilian Rodrigo Varela, who also now leads overall. For the 2nd day running, the top truck dog was Janus van Kasteren, who said it was a perfect day as his crew were able to gain time by cutting corners over the biggest rocks. Well, the old cliche goes that you couldn't win the race this early, but maybe you could lose it. If it was puncture hell today, it's June heaven tomorrow. But if you want to reach the end of the Dakar, you have to survive to drive. Well, you have to drive to survive. But forget about those playboys. This is Rally Raid reality. See you tomorrow.